On Friday morning, Judge Juan Merchan had to smack down not one, not two, not three, but 4 attempts by Donald Trump's legal team to get their hands on information that, 1, they actually should have asked for during the discovery process, and 2, that they're not even legally entitled to. It all began when Donald Trump's lawyers said, "We want to subpoena the Manhattan District Attorney's Office for any and all communications regarding former prosecutor Mark Pomerantz." Now, everybody I'm sure remembers Mark Pomerantz was one of the prosecutors that was on the team when Cy Vance was the Manhattan District Attorney. Alvin Bragg was elected, took over, killed several investigations, and Pomerantz said, "This is BS, I'm leaving." He did that very publicly with an op-ed. And Pomerantz is also likely, to be called as a witness in this case. And so Trump's lawyers said, "Give us all the info you got on this guy." And the judge said, "Absolutely not. I'm not going to let you go on this obvious fishing expedition." In fact, here's what the judge actually said. It's far worse than what I just said. The court finds that the request runs afoul of a New York state law protecting an attorney's work product. In fact, defendant acknowledges that the memorandum, where he said that this was a zombie case and he wasn't a fan of the hush money case Pomerantz did, acknowledges that the memorandum is likely the prosecutor's opinion, theory, or conclusion on the topics requested. Indeed, defendant uses the term evaluating within the request. So Judge Merchan has to slap down that request, telling them, first of all, it runs afoul of New York law, you should know that, but 2, even you acknowledge that this is just this dude's opinion. So, no. He then said it's far too broad and found that they amounted to, quote, "an improper fishing expedition into general discovery, including all documents from multiple individuals seeking evidence of former attorney Michael Cohen's recollections about his time with the ex-president and, quote, any form of bias or animosity toward President Trump." That was actually part of the second request he denied. The third request: given the amount of materials related to these requests already turned over to the defendant, there is no reasonable likelihood that the second and third requests would uncover any information that is relevant and material to the proceedings. In other words, you've gotten everything you needed during the discovery process. Why are you asking me for more? We're halfway through this trial and you want to go back to discovery? That's not how trials even work. Merchan also rejected a fourth request for a subpoena seeking all documents reflecting communications within the district attorney's office about the collection of evidence, which the judge considered an improper attempt to peek into the investigation. The judge wrote, quote, "This appears to be an attempt to obtain DANY's internal communications about their discovery obligations. The people's motion to quash this aspect of the subpoena is granted." In other words, you guys are overstepping your bounds. You're asking for things you know you're not legally even entitled to. You're asking for things about other people's opinions that aren't even actually a part of this, really. So, in other words, the judge is like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why am I having to waste my time to go through this nonsensical garbage with you when you admit in your own filings that you can't even do this? But this is what we're dealing with. Trump's lawyers are panicking. The trial is not going well for them at all. So they're throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. And so far, Judge Merchan has been smart enough to see through each and every one of these attempts and swat them down as quickly as possible. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.